Joy Gurudev, Joy Mashambho Mahadev. We were talking about Brahmins the day before yesterday and few days back. Who are Brahmins? And we also heard three stories, two of Shwetaketu and one of Satyakama Jabala. Now we will talk about Brahmins. We also said that as per your upbringing, that is Vansh, as per your knowledge and as per your behavior, character, you can be a Brahmin, which is called Trishulka. This is known as the highest form of Brahmin, which is Dharmagya, means constantly focused on religion. Vipra is authorized and eligible to do prayers, puja, rituals for others, and Dvij. Now, what is Dvij? Let us understand that. Let us keep a laptop. Dvij means who is reborn in the same life. The same life in the same body who has been reborn. Who is a Dvij? In Mahabharata, in Bhagavad Gita, you must have heard that many people like Dronacharya was called Dvij. Why was he called Dvij? That because a person is reborn, is dead and is reborn, means he is enlightened. He is a living enlightened person. So he is known as Dvij. Now we will talk about the 8 different sections, Matra, Rishi, Kalpa, Rishi, Muni, etc. that we have spoke about before. But before that, there can be a lot of misunderstanding when I am teaching you this 8 divisions of Brahmins. So before that, I want to tell you some facts that you have to understand before we proceed to understand Brahmin and Jana. These facts are hidden in the surname of a Brahmin that we told you that we will be talking next. And when I talk about this, you will understand why I am going on this tangent. There are Brahmins with a surname called Trivedi. These Brahmins, they don't believe that there are 4 Vedas. They believe that there are just 3 Vedas. They don't believe in Shiva. Nowadays, Trivedi Brahmins, they don't themselves know that why are we called Trivedi? Because we believe in 3 Vedas. 3 means 3 and Vedi means Vedas. Now this Trivedi Brahmins, they don't believe in the 4th Atharva Ved because Atharva Ved has been given by Lord Shiva. And this Trivedi Brahmins, they believe that the Trinity is not Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, but the Trinity is Brahma, Prajapati and Idamdra or Indra. They are staunch believers of what is written in the 3 Vedas and not in the 4 Vedas. I'll make you further understand this. There are 2 types of scriptures in Sanatan Hindu religion. One are known as Agam Shastras and others are known as the Nigam Shastras, the left-handed and the right-handed. Agam Shastras are the scriptures which are written by Lord Shiva, which are given by Lord Shiva, and Nigam Shastras are the scriptures which are given by various saints, rishis. Many people believe that the Vedic scriptures are the Nigam scriptures and the Tantric scriptures are the left-handed Agam scriptures. But this is untrue. This belief system was mainly in the Trivedi Brahmins. Why is this untrue? Because the 4th Veda itself, the Atharva Veda, has been given by Lord Shiva. And many scriptures which line up with the Vedic scriptures, like many Upanishads, are given by Shiva, or you can say the avatars of Shiva, like Bhairavas, like the holy ash scripture that we were speaking about, it has been given by one of the Bhairavas. We'll talk about it later on, about the Upanishads. But before we talk about the Vedas, Upanishad, Tantra, we have to find the origin. We have to know the basics of it, the science of it. So we are discussing this. Now, this scriptures are not Agam and Nigam, because many Vedic scriptures have come from Shiva and many Tantric scriptures have not come from Shiva, like the Kali Vilas Tantra. The Kali Vilas Tantra is a scripture which is given by Ma Kali. And it's not given by Shiva, it is given by Ma Kali to Krishna. So, in this way, there are many scriptures which are Nigam scripture in Tantra also. Now, why are we talking about this? Because there will be many descriptions over here which you might feel that sometimes I tell you something and sometimes I tell you something. For example, just yesterday I told you that you have to do one ritual mantra chanting from night 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. And now I'll tell you something else, that Brahmins are not allowed to do any puja, any chanting in the night. No one is allowed, forget Brahmins. But in the Tantra Shastra, there are some special permissions given to people who are trained in a special way. Who are these people? There are Chaturvedi who believe in 4 Vedas. There are Vyas surname Brahmins, Agnihotra. Agnihotra is who are constantly in fire worship. They don't allow the fire to go off. They keep the fire on. And every day they do yagya, fire worship, like the Parsis. They are known as the highest Brahmins. The Vyas, Ved Vyas lineage of people who believed in Ved Vyas scriptures, or Krishna surname people, are Vyas. They are also known as the high Brahmins. Then people who believe in the North Indian philosophy, the philosophy of Shukla, because if you see the Yajurveda, one is Krishna Yajurveda given by Ved Vyas and other is Shukla Yajurveda given by Shukla Guru, and people who follow him or people of his lineage are known as Shukla. Brahmins who perform puja part are known as Sharma all over India. If you go to any temple and if you see a orthodox lineage of Brahmins who do perform puja over there, if you ask their surname, mostly it is Sharma. Now, we go ahead to another fact, that there are Brahmins with surname called Mishra. They believe in Mishrachar or Mishra Tantra. Then there were Samyak Brahmins who believed in Samyak Tantra, and then there are Kaul Brahmins, Siddha Brahmins, and Vamachar Brahmins, Vama Brahmins. Now, these Brahmins are allowed, few of them, not all of them. These Brahmins, amongst them, few are allowed to do worship in the night. So if I tell you something contradicting, that Brahmins are not allowed to, have non-vegetarian food, then there are 2 types of Brahmins again, the Gamas and the Kokanas. The Kokanas Brahmins are allowed to have non-veg food. The Gramastha Brahmins are not allowed. Then if I tell you that Brahmins are not allowed to worship in the night or have intoxicants, then again Brahmins of Kaulachar, Vamachar, who have their surname as Kaul, amongst them few are allowed. How and what? Lord Shiva himself says in the Tantric scriptures that except for Pashus, all the Veers and all the people all the sadhaks, all the, pupils who have received enlightenment have the right to worship in the night or use intoxicants for prayers. Now, who are Pashus and who are Veer? Veer are the brave ones who have a heart of steel. And Pashus, the word Pashu means animal. It has come from the word pash. Pash means a roof. People who need to be guided. If you don't understand disciplines, if you don't follow disciplines, you have to be kept under rule. Rules are for people who don't understand disciplines. So Pashus are the disciples who don't understand where is their limit, who don't understand discipline, who don't understand their right and wrong. So these Pashus cannot worship in the night. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So we and enlightened people are not the Brahmins who are mentioned over here who worship in the night. And today, as we have little time, we will go to the 8 divisions of Brahmins which are given. The first division is Matra. As this is as per the scriptures. This is not something that I am telling you from my house or my knowledge. And as per the scriptures, Matra are Brahmins who are just Brahmins by names, or who are just Brahmins. They think they are Brahmins because they are born in the Brahmin house. They are called Matra, but these Brahmins must not be considered as Brahmins because they are not Brahmins. By just being born in a Brahmin house, you cannot be a Brahmin. This is mentioned in the scriptures. These Brahmins, they might have taken their jano and their rituals as per the Brahmins, but they don't follow any rituals. They don't do Sandhya, etc. So they are Shudras. And some are not even that. They are even worse than that. They do worship of some different energies. And they are engaged in doing worship in the night. They can be demon worshippers also. So this is a very strong statement given in different scriptures. Second is Brahmin who might be jealous. They are called Brahmin. But they study the Vedas. They follow the path of enlightenment. They are engaged in that. They are simple. They love solitude. They love truth. They are strong-minded. This can be a positive as well as a negative point. They are known as Brahmins, which is the second category. The lowest is Matra, second above it is Brahmin. They don't engage themselves in the Puranic pujas and mantras, but they only recite the Vedic mantras. They are true Brahmins, means of the second category. The third category, better than the Brahmins, are the Shrotiyas. According to the scriptures, Shrotiya, if a person picks up one of the Vedas and learns at least one shakha, lineage of that Veda, with the 6 angas of it, or 6 karmas of it, and is focused on his enlightenment, Brahmachitta, is a better Brahmin, is known as Shrotiya. We will talk about other types of Brahmins at some other time, and in between, if you require any information regarding the pandemic, you can also put your questions regarding that. And we will see you soon. And share this video with everyone. Hari Aum Tatsat.